More and more people are using AI for academia and research, but here's the thing. It's not about cutting corners. It's not about getting that report you've left to the last minute done as quickly as possible. It should be about more, and it is. The real power with AI is augmenting your thoughts, being a sharper arguer and writer, but that can only happen if you're using it the right way. When I think about mastering AI writing in academia and research, there are three things that we need to cover. The first thing is using this ethically, making sure that you're not just cheating, you're not going to like that, your school's not going to like that, and you're going to get yourself kicked out of wherever you are at the moment. Then we've also got critically. You need to make sure that you are not just outsourcing the important part of being a researcher to AI. And the last thing is using it effectively. There are loads of AI tools that do their own individual thing, but how to use it effectively, we're going to talk about that, so stay around to the end. When we talk about using AI effectively, the first thing you need to know is that your school or university probably has some form of AI usage guidelines. You should look at that and make sure you're not straying outside those limits. The thing is that when you get outside into the academic world and you're promoting your stuff and publishing your stuff, there are ways you need to do it. And these are the three ways that you can use AI ethically that people seem to agree on. The first thing is disclose. The first thing you need to make sure is you say very clearly somewhere, I have used AI. Elsevier has said this: authors should disclose the manuscript and the use of AI, and a statement will appear in the published work. That could be in the acknowledgement section, that could be in the method section. Wherever you are using AI, you need to show how you used it, and just a simple statement is all you need. Disclose, disclose. That's all they seem to care about. Show you're working. The second thing is no manipulation. Now, here's the thing. If you think you're going to use AI to change that data point, or you know what, I don't like this data point down here, I want it boop, 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 up here. Clearly, that is falsifying information and data, and that is not allowed. So we can all agree, I hope, that no manipulation. Make sure that, as Wiley says, Gen AI tools must not be used to create, alter, or manipulate original research data and results. There we are, super easy. Just don't use it to cheat. And the last thing, I don't know why this one's in here, but no AI authors. That's strange. Nature says large language models such as ChatGPT do not currently satisfy the authorship criteria. So you can't be ChatGPT et al. All right, just keep it as a disclosure somewhere in the paper on exactly how you used it, and you can't go too far wrong. Stick with these three things. You're in for a good time. Pop quiz. Bah! Alright then, first one. Question 1. Which of the following statements best describes the ethical requirement of using AI in academic writing? You only need to cite AI if you copy the text directly without any changes. Or, you must always cite the use of AI in your work, because AI-generated content is not your original work, even if you paraphrase and rephrase it. And citing AI is optional and depends on the specific university or journal guidelines. Which one is it? Select now, because here we go, it's B. You must always cite the use of AI in your work, and then you can't go too far wrong. Question 2. Alright then, what is generally considered the appropriate way to handle authorship when using AI tools like ChatGPT? So A, the tool must be listed as a co-author. B, the human researcher should be listed as an author and transparently disclose the use of AI. Or C, it is acceptable to list the AI tools as the sole author if generated a significant portion of the content. Which one do you think? It's obvious. B. Alright then, and the last one, question 3. What is a key ethical concern to be aware of when using AI tools for academic writing and research? A. AI tools always provide completely accurate and unbiased information. B. Over-reliance on AI can potentially undermine the development of your own critical thinking and writing skills. Or C. Using AI tools guarantees higher grades and faster completion of academic work without any ethical implications. Well, which one do you think? It's B again. They were all B. See what I did there? B, B, B. It's just B. They were all B. So this one is important because over-reliance on AI can potentially undermine the development of your own critical thinking skills. The one thing as a researcher that you need to understand is that your critical thinking skills, the ability to look at some information and not just accept it on face value, is why you are there. You need to critically analyze anything AI gives you. Is it factual? Is it how you want to represent represent your data, if you're using it to generate content, all of that is very, very important. And using it ethically means we can use it to generate content. I have no issues with people generating pages and pages of content that could help inform them, present their research better. But the moment we get it and we just go, that's brilliant, copy, paste, that's when we're not thinking critically about how we're presenting the information for academic writing. And that is a massive problem. And that brings us on to the second part of this video, using it critically. Every AI tool that you're going to use has limitations, and you need to be able, as an academic, to get the information back and understand that you need to go through it because you are the one that has to present the ideas in that academic writing. You can use any tool, ChatGPT, you can use Genie AI, you can use any sort of like large text generation model that you want. But here's the thing, is that you are ultimately responsible for presenting that data and the rigorousness and the factual statements contained therein. So you are the final port of call for all of the information you present. And if you present information without disclosing its AI and it's incorrect, guess what? Your career is in major trouble. Use it critically by using AI as a collaborator. Collaboration, this person, all together better. With AI, you can augment your thoughts much clearer. You can put forward a stronger argument. You need to just give it the context, and then it will provide you with text presenting your sort of ideas and thoughts in a much more succinct manner. But you cannot just stop there. You need to act like a collaborator. What does a collaborator do in academia and research? If I received a paper from a collaborator, I would read all the way through it, and I would go through it with a fine-tooth comb. I would go there with my red pen. Here's a red pen, and I'd write all over it.
No, not this. Oh, rubbish. You don't understand this. This is the rubbish thing.
That's what academics do. They love providing feedback. So as a collaborator with AI, you need to be going through and actually sort of like writing notes of what's good, what's not, changing it, revising it, because that is the act of collaboration, and that is how you use AI critically for academic writing. Review, 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 and be a little bit critical. Be that cynical person in the lab that's like, oh, that's not very good work. AI doesn't have feelings. You can tell it is not very good, and you can change that work. So you have to have this mindset going into it, because if you don't, you're not really an academic, are you? Now that we've covered critical stuff, let's talk about where AI can be used for academia and research. These are the broad areas where AI tools are fantastic. We have got searching and mapping, we've got reading or multi-document chat, we've got drafting, we've got feedback and data. There are specific tools for each one of those things. In searching and mapping, you've got Elicit, SciSpace, Consensus, Litmaps, really great at mapping, at finding sources, at coming up with a first touch point with all of those things you need to read in detail. Then what about putting all of those into multi-chat? There's no need anymore to sort of like read unnecessary papers. There is a workflow that you should sort of like build out for yourself where you're getting loads and loads of references from the first sort of like searching and mapping stuff, and then you're putting it into a multi-document chat like Notebook LM or SciSpace, where you can then ask multiple questions over multiple documents and receive insights. And then when you find those really important papers, you need to then read them in full. There's no shortcut to that. You can sort of like get an idea by skimming over like everyone does, but if it is important to your research, you need to get involved. And then you've got drafting. You've got Genie AI, Yomu, ChatGPT, Claude, etc., etc. There are so many where you can actually just generate text. Now, here's the thing, is that generating text, mastering AI writing is all about prompting, and we'll talk about that in a minute, so stay around. Then we've got feedback. You know, one of the most important things about mastering academic writing is not the first draft. You need to sort of like get over that first activation energy and produce information on a page. You can do that assisted with AI, or you can just do it yourself after reading some things. But feedback is where you take the rubbish sort of like rocks of an idea and polish them up and compress them and put them under pressure so they become a diamond. bing, a diamond that represents the best ideas you've ever had and you're going to tell the world. So here, feedback, Theseify, PaperPal, Writeful, these are tools and there's many more that you can use to master AI writing, but choosing the right tool is most important. And then we also got data down here, which is a little bit outside of the scope of this video, but Claude and Julius AI, lovely, lovely. So where does that leave us? We need to make sure then we're choosing the right tools, and check out my other video where I talk about the top, I think it's 25 tools for 2025. Go check it out here. But then we need to get into prompting. Prompting is a very, very important part of working effectively with AI, and there are 5 things that you need to know about prompting. This is from a talk that I gave at Harvard Business School, and here is the perfect prompt. Ultimately, you've got these things here: context, requirements, constraints, format, and audience. If you hit at least like 3 of those things, then you're gonna have a better response than if you just sort of like randomly smash your ideas into a chatbot. So context, you are or I am, what are you trying to do? Then you've got requirements of that prompt: explain and break down, create, what do you want it to do, create a list, produce a first draft, anything that you want the output to be, you need to let them know. And then you've got constraints. This one I don't use sort of like right away when it's that first kind of like thing. Let's put a little pen, there we are, we like that. Constraints, that is optional, but if you are finding that you're not really getting the results you need, use constraints. Then you've got format as well. So how do you want the output? Do you want it in bulleted list? Do you want it as a table? Do you want it as an image? Whatever you want, that's sort of like the important part of a perfect prompt. And then you've got audience. By giving it an audience, it knows what language level to use, what tone to use, and that is very important. The language for a professional academic audience is going to be completely different to that of a like lay person, public sort of like accessible article that you're writing about your research. So all of those things are very, very important. So you've got context, requirements, constraints, format, audience. Make sure that all of that's in there. You've also got this, your perfect prompt. Check out this. You are a twice divorced tenured professor with hairy ears. Read this PDF document and provide me with a bulleted list of takeaways suitable for undergraduate students because I've got enough to do. Those are the contexts, that's the requirements, there's the format, there's the audience, and the perfect prompt is yours. Working like this with any AI tool is going to be super valuable and awesome for you. So that's how you do it. If you like this video, go check out this one where I talk about the top academic AI tools in 2025 and beyond. I think you'll love it. Go check it out.